Hello, everyone. Welcome to Cookies Enabled. I am Will, your host, and next to me here, Andrew, my friend and editor, helping with the research and keeping us going here. And he is in location. I think you're just in your backyard or something this time. Is that correct? You're not actually like out at the beach or anything this time, unfortunately.
Not this time. Well, I just wanted to test out my new phone, and we'll get to that
Oh
later.
yes.
Don't worry, buddy. But I've got a wonderful front-facing camera, and the lighting is a lot better outside. It's a lot sharper, and it's an absolutely beautiful day.
Right.
And we're not going to have that many because I live in northern Michigan.
Right.
So I'm going to enjoy it while I can,
Yeah.
and we'll go from there. I do apologize if I have to step away and blow my nose or I sneeze. My allergies are absolutely killing me today.
Yes. Yeah. Mine have been a doozy as well.
Outside is very, very annoying.
Right.
So,
Right. Now, sorry again, everybody. I know we're usually on at noon, but due to my new job, which just started today, technically my old job, I'm going back to my previous one for COVID, and I definitely am excited to be back. It went very well. I had a great day, and I definitely can't wait to finish the week out. I think it's going to be a good go. I'm very excited to see where this goes in the future, and it's just to be back. It's definitely a better setup than my previous, so I'm happy about that. The only downside is that now I have to be pretty much busy at noon almost every except for the weekends. So our show time is probably going to drop more in the afternoons, and we thought 4:30 like a pretty good time today. I think we're a little late. It might be more like 4:40 that we officially hit the air, but that's not too bad. So let us know what you guys think. So far I don't see any viewers popping in yet or comments or anything, but that is okay. Again, this was totally impromptu. We kind of set you guys up last week for the people that were watching, and that actually did really well. We've had a great amount of subscribers. Thank you to everybody. We had some new ones pop on here, which is fantastic. It's always good to see new people. Again, hit up at the email above here. Let us know if there's topics you like, that you don't like, what you want us to talk more about, or at all about, or whatever the situation is. So, now normally we jump off to space news, and there is space news, but there's not a lot of space news, it sounds like. Kind of a
not even for
dull...
SpaceX at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still getting prepared. We're waiting for the Starship orbital launch. At this point, I think they're pretty much ready. They've done a short static fire. They'll do another. I think we're waiting for clearance from the FAA
Yeah.
and other organizations on their environmental studies.
Right.
But Starship 20 is out there. Everything's waiting. We got to keep an eye on. But they did do a little bit this week.
Okay.
I think it was CRS 32, so cargo resupply.
Oh, yes, yes.
32 CRM, something like that.
Gotcha.
They've been doing this for a while, supplying the space station with cargo, with more water, supplies, uniforms, food, all that jazz. They had a successful relaunch. Coolest thing was, though, this was the first time a booster has landed on the new drone ship.
Oh, yes, which I have a picture of here.
A shortfall of gravitas is its name. He always has penchant for whimsical names, and I do love it.
Yes.
But we've got that, and this is its first success capture. They have it's been around for a little bit. They used to have clamps that would go over the landing legs to keep it on the barge as they brought it back into port.
Right.
But they have this new one. I think it's called like Octot or something.
Oh.
It's this cool little thing that runs out and then clamps over and holds down.
That's cool.
It is.
That is so awesome.
I estimate it's probably like a 20 foot by 20, like the size of a garage.
Wow. Okay. So it's not that big. Huh.
I mean, they tend to fly in good weather anyway.
Right.
So there's not that much chance of them getting into some really major swells when they bring it back.
Right.
And it is also bottom.
Okay.
So, again, a small little first for SpaceX. It's cool.
Very much
They now have 3 drone ships. And they did a few, so they can facilitate all of their launches on both the east and the west coast. So I think we'll probably see a few more come in eventually.
Right.
This is a little beefier. You can tell by its shape. It's got something near the end. It's a larger block, and I don't know exactly what that is. I'll have to look into it. Maybe I'll do some research and tell you guys about that next week, or maybe we could do a short.
We could do a short on that
Wednesday.
one too. Yeah, absolutely.
Randomly discovered.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do a small one with that.
There you go.
Just some diagrams. It could be a little 5-minute thing.
Right.
I'll see if I get some time.
Okay.
But
I want to say really
Basically,
quickly, we have commenter Blue Monkey 0 has commented and says that it's my time to shine. What a world! It's 5 question mark. So I know it's very late in the day. Sorry about this, everybody. I know this is not our norm, but maybe it will become our normal time. So we'll see. Maybe in the future. I don't think we're going back to noon. I know that the card said. Let's see, alert, you're in the area. It says warning, EV alert for your area. So I guess this is kind of a, sorry, there's a really loud truck going by right now.
They're actually out in the garage here right now. They're getting set up for a garage sale.
Oh,
tomorrow.
Interesting. Well, thank you, Blue Monkey. I appreciate the view. And I'll try to keep an eye alert here. I'm trying not to dodge too much. I'm trying to keep an eye on everything that's going on my screen. But so far, so good. So, we talked about the landing barge. Was there anything you wanted to mention about that? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
Pretty much SpaceX, like I said, it's been a little quiet, but we get that. Once in a while, it's quiet. Once in a while, a lot happens in a week.
Right.
For them, it's sort of routine. They launched another mission, and they landed it. They're good at it.
I do have pictures of the Dragon capsule that docked with the space station. And
That's all.
I'm sorry, again, you broke up.
That's always awesome to see.
It's really cool. This is a far away shot, and then this is the one. Oh wait, didn't I just show you? I think I uploaded the same one twice. My bad, everybody. I screwed that up. So I might be able to fix that, but the pictures are extreme resolution, so I'd have to shrink it down like 10 times just to get it onto my screen here. Unfortunately, it's so big. But that's if you take pictures in space. Like mega huge ass cameras. So that's probably why we're dealing with that problem. But this was the first time it successfully docked automatic all by itself, apparently, is what the article I read stated. I guess, and previous launches, landings, and dockings, it always had some kind of assistance with a human. And this was the first time it did it completely all by itself. Oh, the street sweeper is going by. I don't know if you guys can hear any of that, but that is literally all I can hear right now. It is so stupid loud, so I'm sorry about that. But yes, so we didn't have just a little bit of news. We do have more space news, believe it or not. Hubble had a really cool picture, back up and still working just fine. She's just flying around out there having a grand old time. I'm going to try and close my window really quickly here because this thing is so loud I literally can't hear anything. Okay, much better. So sorry, everybody. Literally, all I can hear is like somebody vacuuming my head, so it's not going to work. Anyway, Hubble's Light-saber. This is the picture that Hubble had captured, and it's actually of a swarming star. So this is actually slowly swirling together here, collecting all the different dusts and stuff, and there just happens to be enough of a compression that it actually shoots out electrons, which become photons because they are, and hitting all these other gases and particles stuff in the air. So really cool that just happened to look, Hubble just floating around. They're like, oh, let's point it over here and take a picture. It just happens to bleep right as they took the photo. So it's really rare for them to catch this. And the article's really cool. The picture is way bigger. So if you guys want to see this close up, check out the link and the sources below. Because it definitely is a keeper. It's a great background. If you're looking for a good space background, it's almost kind of like a rainbow, but blue and green kind of hue is where everybody's like, it's a lightsaber. It's not a lightsaber. It's really cool. So I kind of hooked you there with the Hubble's lightsaber tagline. But it's cool, and it does kind of look like a lightsaber in space, but I don't even know. Yeah, wait, those aren't real yet. So total science fiction, except for the fact that Hubble actually took this photo, which is so cool. We love it. Okay, that's pretty much it for our space news. We had very little space news this week. So sad. But it happens, and I'm just waiting for progress, like Andrew said here, waiting for SpaceX to kind of get their booty in gear here, some things launched, and we will all be happy. But both got new phones these last week or two here, and have been testing them out, diligently using them, and loving them so far. I have really not had an issue with mine. I don't know about you. I do have one minor gripe with mine, but it's pretty small. But anyway, why don't you start with yours? Because you have the S20 FE Galaxy
Yep.
phone, I think. So it's a lot to cram in there.
I think it's a slightly lower version of the full S20. It's like the fan edition or
Yeah,
whatever.
yep.
It's still it's a lot nicer. I mean, I was running LG G8, which was their flagship from uh, 2019,
Right.
so it is a few years old.
Okay.
It got the job done, but it fell, and the screen was absolutely toast.
No.
So I had wanting to upgrade it, so I finally bit the bullet and said I'm gonna need to now, just so that it's usable.
Right.
Um, like the screen basically looks like you hit a golf ball at it. It's
It
bad.
really did look bad. I do remember you sending me the shot. I was, ooh, wow, yeah. Don't touch that. That a lot of glass sticking up. So careful.
This one, I'm really liking it.
Yeah.
It took a little bit to get used to. I know Samsung has a slightly different UI than LG does,
Yeah,
even though it's the
bit.
same Android software. But that's with every phone I've ever gotten. Have to figure out the little tweaks.
Right.
Have to figure out where I put all of my icons, all of the apps.
All your special features and stuff.
I'm sure this is second nature for a lot of people, but for me, it's all new. There's like this smart swap software where I just direct Wi-Fi link between the phones, and it copies everything over, including my backgrounds, my
layout and everything. Yeah.
It didn't all of it, probably because it was going between Samsung and LG.
Right.
That could be a part of it.
Yeah.
But it's a good phone. Its battery is so much better, that I can tell.
Right.
You guys can probably tell today, even though I'm not on Wi-Fi, I'm still on 4G, because that might have been causing an issue with our viewing before we went live.
Yeah.
The quality has got to be better. The front camera's only 12 megapixel, which that's solid.
Right. That's not bad at all. That's like most digital cameras these days. So that's pretty good.
The front facing, the selfie camera, is 32.
Yowza. Yeah.
Even smaller than the rear lenses. I don't quite get why.
Yeah. Not really sure either.
I'm excited one of these clear nights to play around. I've got my tripod, my little Joby.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to aim the selfie camera up at the sky and try and get some really nice Milky Way shots in the next few nights. If I can, I'll share them. We'll put them on the Twitter.
Absolutely.
But we have very clear skies up here in northern Michigan. It's a perfect viewing point.
Yeah.
I'm excited to try that out, but battery life, much better charging, much better. It does have wireless charging.
Which is awesome. Yeah, that's very helpful.
One that I could upgrade to was the 11, and they didn't have one in stock.
Right.
And I needed one that day, so I said, you know what, let's just try the S20.
Right, why not?
But I'm happy.
That's great, though. I'm so happy. I had the S10 for a little over 2 years. I just absolutely loved that. I loved it so much, I really hesitated getting rid of it because I was so afraid that my next version or whatever I decided to go for wouldn't be as good. And so I was very hesitant. I definitely did research. What really held me back was that I am with T-Mobile / Sprint was who I had. And so my old 5G phone didn't work on the current 5G networks, even with the correct SIM cards. So just getting my new phone, I was instantly having a whole extra world of actual 5G where I don't even have to have Wi-Fi connection to get Wi-Fi speeds. And I'm pulling like 50, 60 megs, but I'm literally right in the middle of Grand Rapids. So that is also, and there's very little blocking me from any tower. So maybe a wall or tree, but not enough to really do a lot of damage. So that's my hugest best thing, is that mine is awesome.
Mine is better. My camera's better, and I can't imagine what yours is.
Yeah, so my front face, I decided to jump all the way to the S21 Ultra, which I'll put up here for you guys, which looks almost identical to the exact same phone. You will notice the back has a lot, or 2 extra cameras. One is actually a laser identifier, so it gets a field range of like how close you are to things, and can kind of scan its area. I haven't really needed to use this at all. But it has a 108 megapixel camera on the back with a telephoto lens built into it, and can shoot 8K video, I think 30 frames a second. So it's not like 60 crazy ultra amazing, but it is really, really sharp. I mean, the screen is probably the best part about it. It's unbelievably crystal clear, and it just gives you this kind of this gloss, but at the same time, even in dark mode, it feels like you're like pulling pigments off of the screen almost. It's really cool.
Now, does yours have? Where's your thumb scan? Your favorite scan?
So mine is. It's a little high actually. It's kind of like it's a third of the way up the phone. It'll show the little sensor there. So I put my finger here and it'll unlock. So Yeah. And I actually really don't mind it. Here, I'll turn the screen off back on so you can see
Oh yeah,
about
I
a
see
third of the
where
way up the phone there.
that's exactly where mine is. I, it's the, I don't know. The guy said that it used sound waves,
Yep.
but I don't believe him
Yeah.
because every time I press my thumb, I can see the light behind it.
Right.
So it's definitely a light sensor, not sound waves,
Yeah.
or maybe it's both.
It says it
Just for
uses some kind of ultrasonic vibrations, but I also think it uses ultraviolet light to see the context of your skin, but also feel the ridges to make sure that it's semi-real, and that's what the sounds are for. Verify what it's reading,
an
essentially.
image
Yeah.
instead of an image, which makes sense.
Yes.
Now I know
Exactly.
my camera is front camera is on a little divot in the center.
Yeah.
It's not one that's behind the screen yet. I don't know if that's changed for yours.
No, mine is smack dab. It's the little pinhole right in the center of the screen.
Yep.
And I actually like it here rather than my S10 had it over in the corner, which wasn't a problem for viewing, but when playing video games, that was a huge problem. That's a button that I can't press anymore. You know, it's a camera. So I didn't like that, and now it's out of the way. So I'm happy they moved that. This front-facing one on my S10, I think was maybe a 12 megapixel, and it has been bumped up to 40 megapixels on the front. And it looks great. Even in light, it can just brighten up the whole scene like you just took it outside in the sun or whatever. So it's amazing that the detail that these megapixels can hold, even out of really dark situations. And I know you probably have seen tons of reviews about these phones, or maybe you got friends, family that have these phones and whatnot. These have been out. These are not super new. Like the S21 Ultra's actually been out for almost an exact year now. So, and I'm just now jumping ship. And I was waiting for the folds that we were talking about before. They just, I don't know. I think they're just a little too plasticky and a little too new for me to jump on that bandwagon just yet. But this phone,
The newest version, though, it's rated for over 200,000 folds, which basically means I mean that's a lot of use. That's a lot of opening back
yeah.
and forth.
Oh, it's ridiculous
But
amount.
I think you got the ultra version
Hmm.
because mine was sort of the lower level.
Right.
I'm guessing the camera is really what they reduced for some of the
Yeah.
which they usually do for your more budget phones.
Absolutely.
Because your camera, that's quite impressive.
I mean, it's.
I'm pretty happy with the photos for mine.
Oh, I'm
for
sure. Yeah. I'm
They're-
sure they're fantastic. Yeah. But yeah, this
don't
is.
need
Yeah, this is like a kind of zoom. Like, you know, I had friends taking pictures of the moon and just zooming right in. You got to hold the phone really still. And I live in a city, so this does not work for me because even if I can get a picture of the moon, it's all blurry and hazy because there's all kinds of lights and there's not enough stillness for me to kind of get that ultra image that I kind of need. So moon doesn't work. I was able to go out to Lake, Michigan this last weekend and got to take a little time to just kind of sit there and play with the camera and just have some fun in the sun. And zoomed in all the way across the lake. And I wasn't even at 100 zoom. I think I was at about 50 or 60 times zoom. So I was almost all the way there, but I could see everything just fine and take photos, no problem. And that was really, really exciting because it was the first time I'd really actually been able to use it almost hold a pair of binoculars, and you know, you just have to hold it really still, and it gives you these really clear, crystal clear images of maxed zoom. And they show it even with food and stuff. The camera can detect what you're taking pictures of, and it kind of adjusts itself to kind of better the photo. You know, is it a color? Are you taking pictures of flowers or outdoors, or are you taking pictures of something indoor like food and wine, or you know, you guys just partying like woo or whatever. You know, so now the camera knows the difference between those photos, how to adjust itself to get you the best shot no matter what. And that's kind of cool. It does have a mode that auto takes pictures for you, but I have not tried it yet either, unfortunately. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know.
I also noticed my watch has a bit more capabilities. I used to be able to get a few messages and read them, but all of like every Facebook message would just say message from so and so.
Right.
I couldn't view it.
Right.
Other I couldn't view it. This shows everything, and it's got to just be because it's Samsung devices.
Exactly. Yep.
So
yeah, you guys get extra sharing because they're pretty much the same name brand. So all extra little bells and whistles. Samsung Health. Which if you don't use that, you got a Samsung phone. It's free. Load up. It's awesome. Even if you don't have a smartwatch or anything like that, your phone becomes your smart device. It can take your blood pressure and you know, your stress levels and stuff. And if you just throw it in your pocket and carry it around with you all day, it'll track your steps for you, which is awesome. And I actually keep my step tracker right on my phone screen, so that way I can keep an idea of what's going on. I can just pull it out and be like, oh, I'm at that many steps. So, you know, I want to get a smart. I'm really interested in the new one. So I am glad that you like yours because it's made me want to get one. I'm very excited.
Okay, that's fun. There's a trade-in option that I'm looking at. But
hopefully. Oh man. So if you guys are interested in any of the phones, or you guys have questions about the phones, again, they're pretty similar. We're both running the same software, so there's no difference in like apps and games. I bet you we could even play the same games. I might be able to push some settings a little further on mine. Like I was able to load up Call of Duty and max out every setting in the things and play it fine. The phone didn't even get hot, which was amazing because my S10 was baking just playing that game. And this one is like not even breaking a sweat. So whatever they did, the processor was a phenomenal upgrade with that Snapdragon there. And I don't know if this is the Snapdragon or the Xenos version. It's the same thing, just a different stamp on the top. So yeah, no big deal there. But anyway, our last couple topics today are robots, believe it or not, kind of on a totally different topic here, which we've been talking a lot about robots lately, and I had a nice conversation with my mother, hopefully she's watching, about robots, and she's like, oh, you're gonna take over. No, they're not taking over. If you want to see robots that aren't stealing people's jobs in action today, and you have a Meijer in your local area, you can go visit Tolly. Now, not Meijer, Walmart, Targets, and a few other random stores will be getting Tolly. And yes, I am saying that right, T-A-L-L-Y, Tolly. And what Tolly does is he just goes around the store repeatedly on a little track, going around, and not on a track, but he just goes around freely, scanning the shelves for wrong prices, or empty slots on the shelves, things that need to be stocked, or that could be in the wrong spot, or anything that's just not right. Tolly's going to check and keep track of it and then let people know in the back that are actually stocking these things. It just automatically updates for them so they don't have to have people out there wasting time going through every aisle and checking this. I'm sorry, what was your question?
So it's an basically tracks their inventory.
Yeah, exactly. That's all he does. And he will...
Are we sure it's not Tally then?
I'm sorry?
Are we sure it's not Tally then?
I mean, it could be Tally. He's also really tall, and they extended him up so that way he's almost the height of the actual like shelves and stuff. So that way he's got all these cameras that scan everything, and he's even got a little like picture on the front with little eyes, you know, so he's like he can see where he's going. He uses the cameras to literally avoid obstacles as they show here. And now I was in the store with my partner. We were walking around, and it was busy. People had their carts. We were walking by. There was just a random pole in the way. Holly's just like, do, no problem, wheezing right through. Totally avoided every obstacle. Didn't bump or touch a single person or a thing or a cart. Didn't run into a wall or anything like that. And just scanned away, you know. And he had a little smile on his face. So it was really cool. I think this is an awesome beginning to the start of like robots that are just helping us along the way. We're not trying to replace a person. There may have been people going around checking inventory in the store, but now you can have that person stocking that actual inventory rather than going around counting it.
This helps with inventory.
Yes,
a lot of the times you do a monthly inventory, but most of the stocking would just be based on the computer spitting out numbers of what was sold that month and what you need to buy.
Right. So
this could allow for a smaller inventory in the back, which means less fuel used to transport everything. It makes sense. And
so cool.
I'm not surprised that you've seen them in Grand Rapids either, considering that Meijer is based out of Grand Rapids.
Yes, it is. And you know, they're always like trying to get the leading edge, it seems, on pretty much everything. They were the first to pretty much do the remote checkouts and the just allow you to kind of use the app on the phone to scan as you go and then just kind of walk out the store, which I have done, which is really easy to do. I mean, people still physically have to check your cart. It's kind of like Sam's Club, where they look at the receipt, scan things, make sure you didn't actually steal the TV, and then you walk out. So that's pretty much all it is. It's really straightforward. But this is saving people so much time and money, and it's helping businesses, including little tiny ones that don't have a lot of space. You know, he's not a big robot. It's really small, really easily can fit into almost really any kind of space. And just like the Roomba, when it runs out of power, it just finds its base and recharges, and bang, boom, bada bing. So not a problem. This guy is really well programmed. They did a good job. Check out the company. They do make other robots. And another one you guys will be able to kickstart order is Billy. Now, I don't like the name Billy. Unfortunately, my name is Will. But Billy is a robot, and really all Billy does is go around and take pictures of you. He holds on and has a ring camera, or a ring light, I'm sorry, and he uses your phone to track you, kind of like those smart cameras do. So as you're moving around, you're dancing, Billy is literally going to follow you around the room and try to get you at cool angles and lights and stuff. And apparently this is a thing, and you need this. I mean, I love my stationary camera. I can imagine trying to chase it down to my cookies enabled, you know. Like, I don't do Dance Dance Revolution every time I want to do a live stream. But for people that are constantly doing stuff like TikTok dances and random things like that, this is actually exactly what this is made for. And it doesn't just hold your phone. You can put like a DSLR on this, or like smart cameras and regular, you know, things. I mean, it can hold a ton of weight, and it's really smart. And it uses kind of the same technology where it's using a radar and several cameras to determine where it is, so it doesn't fall off ledges and tables and things. This is, again, a Kickstart program, so it's not like a major company just pumping out robots. This is like a select team of people working on it and building this guy. But Billy is pretty impressive. I gotta say, he looks really good. I remember seeing videos about a year ago of them kind of prototyping this idea, and it looks much better than it did before. And it looks like a lot more user-friendly as well. So I think this could be very cool for, again, people that are doing kitchen stuff. The one thing that I liked is if it showed you were like chopping something, Billy actually like kind of came over to get that headshot of you chopping, and which I was like, wow, it's smart enough to get that and figure that out. Maybe that is worth your money. There is no price point as far as I can tell. The company is called C Inc. Literally SEE.INK, or C, sorry, not K. So that is really one of their main robots. They have another one I can't remember the name of. It's all over their website though. And these will be, again, I think this one is going to be available later this year through their Kickstarter program. I don't remember what the start price was for it, or how much I had to donate to get them going. But this is the creator walking through his studio, kind of showing you around and where they do the designing and whatnot. So it's cool, really interesting stuff. I don't know, I've been trying to find other veterinarian stuff for Evie. I was not able to find anything this week, unfortunately. But hopefully next week, fingers crossed, I'll have some other veterinarian news to branch off of on our final topic. I know I was talking about the kitty food issue last week, but unfortunately I couldn't find anything amusing as that. But I did find these robots. I thought you would like those. Hopefully you have a local one near you. You go visit and see that robots aren't here to kill you. They're here to help you. And we love robots. But anyway, I think that is pretty much it for today. We didn't have a ton of news for you guys this week. Next week, I think we'll be probably around the same time. I think we might shoot for like 4:45, something like that. Seems like a pretty good time range, and we'll see how that goes. I think you guys did a great job. I think we need more feedback, and you guys are excellent so far. We've been doing good. Thank you, Blue Monkey, for your comments. I appreciate you, and say hello to everyone for me. Again, if you guys have liked and subscribed to the channel, please do, and check out some of our previous episodes, as well as our we have the random daily discovery episodes. We have our main episodes. We got a lot going on. Main episodes are come back October 4th. To get working on those probably later this week, actually. So I'm super excited. But yeah, so we're gonna jump on a bunch of new stuff here for you guys. And if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, whatnot, hit up that email and let us know what you're looking for, and I'll do my best. But again, I am Will. Thank you all again. I had a great day chatting with y'all. I know I learned something. I hope you all did too. And thank you again, Andrew, for tuning in with us today. I appreciate you being here and learning everything with us. But thank you all again. Have a great one, and we will see you all later.